Hello, lucky bitch. It is day 2 of the Do It Quick Lucky Bitch Get It Done program. Today we're going to look at decluttering an emotion, and you might be surprised to see that as a life coach and as someone who is, really positive and into manifestation and things like that, some people think that I'm never negative, and that is just not true at all. One of the exercises I love to do with my clients is actually to look at the negative aspect of your goal coming true. And if you think that there aren't any, think again, because otherwise it would have already shown up for you. Here's a great example. So I had a client who had a long-term goal of manifesting a beach house for her and her family. And she just wouldn't do the little actions. She wouldn't go and look at the house. She wouldn't even, look at real estate pages or anything to get into that space of manifesting a beach house for her and her family. So we did this exercise. We looked at the negative side, the negative aspects of having a second home, of having a beach house. And it took a while because at the first she was like, well, I do want a beach house. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Well, when we dug into it, actually there were quite a few reasons. So I'm going to get you to come up with 5 today. And let me give you some examples of my clients' negative reasons for having a beach house. So number 1, she said, well, actually, it would be quite an expense, and then we would feel like we would be obligated to go there all the time. Okay, so money. Number 2 was she felt like, oh, well, what if we're not there all the time? What if someone broke into the house? No, fair enough. Okay, another one was, well, what if all our friends want to use it all the time? And then we're having to say no to our friends and family because they want to use our beach house all the time. That would suck. Another one was, well, what about the maintenance when having a second home? That's not going to be that fun. And then, she came up with a couple of other ones, like, what if, they like their beach house more than they like their real house? Or what if it's something that, tears the family apart because some of them want to go there on the weekend and some of them don't? What if she said, we want to go to Disneyland, but we feel like we have to go to our beach house all the time? What if the weather's not good and we don't get the use out of it that we want to get? Once she got started, she was on a roll, right? And then I got her to go even further and go, what's the silliest, stupidest reason you could possibly think of that is a negative consequence of this goal showing up for you? She's like, oh God, if I really had to go into the real negative, it could be that, having a second house bankrupts us. Cool. Now, your 10-day goal, you might think, oh, there's nothing really bad that could show up. Play with me here, because this is really key and really important for you to look at any potential negative consequences that there would be for you suddenly having all your dreams come true. And I'd love you to do this exercise anyway for your, year, 5-year, 10-year goals. But for now, for today, your exercise is to do it for your 10-day goal. So let me give you an example again. What if your goal was to get more clients in the next 10 days? I want you to come up with 5 reasons, 5 negative consequences for suddenly having a lot more clients. What would that look like? An example could be you'd be too busy. What if so many people want to work with you and you just have a completely full calendar and it feels really overwhelming, and then suddenly you won't have time to spend with your family? That could be one reason. Number 2 could be you attract people who are not the right fit for you. Number 3 is you attract people and they don't like your coaching and they ask for a refund. Do you get where I'm going with this? Let me think of some more examples of negative consequences. So say, for example, you wanted to manifest a guest post on a really amazing website, something big and high profile in your industry. Well, what are some negative consequences around that? And I can think of one straight off the top of my head, which is a very, very common fear for a lot of women especially, who want to do things big in the world. And that is they'll get negative comments. And people will say that they didn't like it. Or that people will say that they don't like you. Or that your hair's not right. Or you're fat. Or you're stupid. Or you've insulted somebody. That would be a pretty big fear for having all your dreams come true very, very quickly. So if you can use your real creative brain on this one, and I want you to come up with 5 potential negative consequences of amazing things happening in the next 10 days and your dream coming true, your goal coming true in the next 10 days. If you're feeling really brave, share it on Facebook and tweet me up. Speak to you soon.